Hello, namaste. So my name is Amy and I'm here to guide you through this short sequence for yoga before bedtime or yoga before sleep. I hope you'll enjoy it. So let's just get right into it. You'll need a strap and a block for today's sequence. If you don't have a strap, you can use a block. You can use a belt or a long towel or a long scarf. If you don't have a block, anything else that might support your legs will do. You can use a pillow or a cushion, and it's actually for some people it may not even be necessary to have a block or support. But those are two props that might be helpful. And we'll just begin our class with the sound of Om. I invite you to join me, or you can listen. So take your hands into prayer position in front of the heart center. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Breath in. Very nice. And then I invite you to come onto your back. So we'll be spending most of our time on our back today. Remove any props that you might have there. Keep your props nearby and simply come onto your back. Maybe for now, just keep the knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. And just for a moment, settle into the feeling of having the ground, the floor, the earth support you, letting your body slowly sink into that support. Maybe take a deep breath in and a deep breath out through the mouth, letting all the air out. 2 more times like that. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 1 more time. Notice how your body relaxes a little bit on the exhale. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and grab hold of both knees. Pull them in towards your chest a little bit. Give yourself a little hug. And then if you feel okay, maybe rocking from side to side. And noticing that shifting of pressure along your back from side to side. And also notice that change in the shifting of pressure on the back of the skull. Enjoy that. Good, and then as you're ready, take your right hand on your right knee, left hand on the left knee. Draw the knees in close towards you, pull them away from each other, push them forward gently, and then bring them together again. So kind of drawing circles with your knees. The knees are moving in opposite directions from each other. Maybe take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just notice how this feels for your hips. Notice those thighs, the tops of the thigh bones rotating in the hip sockets. Notice how your hips feel. Does it feel a little achy or does it feel good? And then when you're ready, reverse directions. And then when you're ready, just slowly releasing the feet back onto the floor. And we'll do a little bit of a gentle twist here. So allow the feet to step out so that they are wider than hips width, maybe as wide as your mat. And then allow your arms to come by your sides, reaching out into a nice T shape here. And as you inhale, lower the knees both knees over towards the right. Exhale, bring them back to center. Inhale, lower both knees over towards the left. Exhale, back to center. And then both ways. Just keep going at the pace of your own breath. As you inhale and lower the knees, you might notice a slight arching in your lower back. If you push into the inner edge of your right foot, you can kind of increase that arch a little bit. Maybe that feels good for some of you. Maybe it doesn't feel good for others. So decide what feels right for your body. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lower the knees to the other side. And again, you can kind of push into the inner edge of that foot. having a little more arch in the lower back, the back, if that feels right. And then you can also, if you want to, add the gaze. So if the knees are going left, gaze over at your right hand, turn your head to look right. Everything back to center, gaze and knees. And then if the knees are going right, gaze over left, towards your left hand. So bringing a gentle twisting motion here into the body. Enjoy that. Not forcing anything, but just kind of letting the body slowly fall into the twist and unwind by itself. Go at your own pace. Nice. And then when you're ready, taking the hands down by your sides, we'll just do a few brief bridge poses here. So bringing the feet back into parallel with each other, about hip width apart, hands and arms down by your sides. Inhale, as if you're tracking the knees forward, as if you're trying to push them forward. Naturally, it lifts the hips up a little bit, push into the feet, lift the hips up into the air any amount. Exhale, slowly release the spine back down towards the floor. And again, inhale, push into the feet. Squeeze the thighs a little bit towards each other, inhaling up into your bridge. Exhale, release the spine, slowly enjoy that. Coming back down to earth. And maybe one more. And maybe one more, this time adding the arms, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling and then back behind you. Exhale, release arms, release spine, back to the floor. And keep going at your own pace. Inhaling as we lift. Exhale as we lower. Moving with the pace of your own breath. Really enjoying the movement. Enjoying the fluidity, the wave-like motion. And maybe last one. Nice. And then letting your body just rest for a moment here. Pause and feel for a few seconds. And yeah, you might notice a spontaneous deep breath arising. If you do, just notice and enjoy that. Allow the belly to be soft. And when you're ready, let's grab hold of the strap, or if you want to, a towel or a belt. And go ahead and extend your right leg up into the air. Take your strap, place it around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to start by just bending and flexing that leg. So maybe inhale as we bend, exhale as we extend, just for a few. Maybe you can offer just a tiny bit of resistance with the strap with your arms. Pushing up into the air and then coming back down. Maybe one or two more here, moving with your breath. Just pumping and opening up, warming up that leg, warming up the hip socket a little bit. Nice. And then take your strap and just hold on to it with your right hand. And if you've got a block or a cushion or something, maybe put it off to the side a little bit, because we're going to take the leg out. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly sweep that right leg out towards the right. If you've got the strap around your left leg, then sweep it out to the left. And as you do so, we're not trying to get the leg to come down to the floor necessarily. So if you have a block there, it's nice to have something there to kind of support the leg, adjust as needed. And then just, if it feels comfortable for your lower back, you can try extending your opposite leg long along the mat, just sliding it down. And then flex both ankles so that you're gently pushing out through the heels of both legs. And then open out your other arm, your left arm, in this case for me, out to the side. So the body is nice and open and wide. At the end of a day, after so many activities and dealing with so many things, the body has a tendency to tighten and narrow. And so we want to invite this sense of loosening, widening in the body. Take a deep breath into the belly. And a deep breath out. Allow the belly to soften and widen. Allow the chest to open, widen, relax, soften. Soften in the throat. Soften the face and the jaws. Continue to follow your breath. And then as you're ready, maybe placing a slight bend in your extended leg. Inhale and sweep that leg back up towards the ceiling. And then release the strap. Allow both legs to extend in front of you and just pause and feel. Noticing any difference between the right and the left side. And when you're ready, let's switch sides. So take the strap around your left foot or whatever side you haven't done yet. We'll begin by warming up the leg. So inhale and bend the knee. Exhale, extend the foot up towards the sky like you're trying to push up into the sky. Inhale and bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Maybe offering a little bit of resistance with your hands and the strap, but take your time. Good. And then when you feel like the hip is a little bit more warmed up, the leg's a little more warmed up, go ahead and take the strap into your left hand. And as you're ready, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, sweep that left leg out towards the left. And you can use any prop to kind of hold it up. For me, I've got this sofa conveniently on the left side, so I'll use that as my prop. You can use your block if you like, or you can use a cushion, you can use a wall, anything around you to kind of just support that leg so that it can release a little bit. The muscles can release. And then if you haven't done so already, the other leg, if you had it bent, then go ahead and see if you can extend that leg nice and long along your mat. But if it bothers your lower back, if it pinches your lower back, then you can keep the knee kind of bent to protect your back. So you choose, yogi's choice. Open up the other arm, your right arm nice and wide along the floor. And then just soften, release, relax into the pose. Maybe take a deep breath into the belly. Deep breath out. A couple more breaths like that at your own pace. Bring the breath into the ribs, the chest, and the belly. Inflating the belly like a balloon and then softening, releasing, relaxing on the exhale. Widening the belly, widening the throat, the chest. Softening around the skull. And then as you're ready, slowly bend the knee a little bit, sweep the foot back up into the sky, release the belt, place it off to the side for now, and then just extend both legs long, pause and feel. Notice how your body feels now. And then as you're ready, if you know legs up the wall pose, you can do that. If you have some wall space available, just scoot yourself close to the wall, swing your legs up, and allow your upper body to rest on the floor. If you don't have a wall, we're gonna just take our legs up into the air. So if you've got a block or a bolster, yoga bolster, or a pillow nearby, you can use it for this purpose. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips a little bit so that you can slide that prop underneath your sacrum. So not your lower back, but the back of the pelvis, kind of like the tailbone sacral area. And then just notice this for a little bit. Notice how it feels for your body. This is option one. You can just stay in this supported bridge pose if you like. Option 2 is to extend the legs nice and long in front of you. And what that does is it kind of opens the whole front line of the body. And if you're choosing this option, you can try grabbing hold of opposite elbows, extending the arms behind you and then grabbing hold of opposite elbows so you can feel that nice long stretch along the whole front of the body. And of course, you can always bend the knees if you feel like there's too much pinching in your lower back. Option number 3. So at the end of the long day, it might be nice to do an inversion. Option number 3, take one leg up into the sky, find a sense of balance there. Maybe use your abs a little bit to hug your belly in towards your core. And then when you're ready, maybe bring both legs up into the sky. You can use your arms for a little bit of balancing there. But if you choose this option, any of the options, you want to stay in it for about 30 seconds to a minute, allowing the body to soften. And if you've got your legs in the air, just soften the legs. You don't have to keep them rigid or anything. You can soften the knees a little bit, just allowing all those fluids, the blood, the lymph to gradually sink down with the force of gravity. And allow your upper body to receive, allow your belly to receive. Especially at the end of a long day, it's nice to have some more passive restorative postures. So whichever option you choose, just allow yourself to passively receive the posture, softening in the belly, softening in the chest and the throat, softening the face, relaxing the face. And when you're ready, if you've got your legs up in the air, then just bend the knees slowly, maybe using your abs a little bit. Place one foot down, place the other foot down. Coming into supported bridge. If you were in the legs extended pose, then yeah, bend the knees, come back into bridge. We'll all meet at this supported bridge pose. Remove your block by lifting the hips, remove your prop, and then just allow the spine to settle back down onto the earth. Enjoy that for a moment. And then if you like, you can just extend the legs and come into your final Shavasana. If there's any stretch you'd like to do for your body, please do so. Or so you can come into your final resting pose, or maybe you can just slip into bed and take your resting pose there. Or you can come up to a comfortable seat and just close the eyes and follow your breath for 5 or 10 breaths to calm down the mind further. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. Namaste. Have a good rest.